we maintain an Arjuna's eye on the inflation target. Now, when child Arjuna was asked by Guru Dronacharya to focus, to take aim on that parrot which was there on the tree. Now, the other princes, the other Kaurava and Pandava princes, somebody said, I'm seeing the tree, somebody said, I'm seeing the bird, somebody said, I'm seeing the sky. It was only Arjuna who said that I only see the eye of the parrot. So the child Arjuna was completely focused on the target. Like that, the central bank is completely focused on the target. When the youth Arjuna was participating in the Swayamvara, he had to take aim on the fish which was rotating on the top, revolving on the top, and he had to take aim through the water. So he had to also completely focus on the eye of the fish, because he had to hit the eye of the fish which was hanging, upside down. But at the same time, he had to see through the eye of the water. And there were ripples in the water. So he had to be mindful of what are the ripples in the water. So while being focused on the target and committed to hit the target, he was also factoring in the other conditions which will enable him to hit the target. How does the central bank influence household expectations? The central bank can influence household expectations, inflation expectations, one, by taking actual action, that is increasing interest rates or tightening liquidity, measures like that, which are real actions, and backing it up with appropriate communication. Now, communication has to be in a manner that it reaches the wider audience, including the households. Ordinary households living in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and the level of interest these days, we should not assume that they are not aware of what is being said by people who are in authorities. Now just imagine if I say that, we are completely focused on inflation targeting, but we keep in mind multifarious factors, including global, domestic, local. Now, it's all right. The audience here will understand, but then what sense it makes to the wider audience? So when I explain it by using the simile from, from Mahabharata, we draw parallel to Mahabharata and explain it, Arjuna in his youth and Arjuna as a child, I think at least I am convinced, and somebody may not agree with my communication method, but I am convinced that I think we are reaching out to a wider audience. So that is why it is necessary that central bank communication in these times do play an important role. And over the last, ever since the COVID in particular, it was before that also it was there, but particularly after COVID, when the country and the whole world was facing multiple shocks, I and my colleagues in the Reserve Bank have been very, very careful in our communication to the wider audience. As the great Lata Mangeshkar, whom we lost recently, sang in her immortal voice, "Aaj fir jeene ki tamanna hai." Together with the spirit behind the next line of this beautiful song, she has conveyed an eternal message of optimism. Somebody asked me your advice to the financial sector and in particular to the banks. I said, play long term, play like Rahul Dravid.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.